G'day guys, we all know Aussies love utes, but when is the right time to be transitioning from a traditional ute to a proper truck? Now, my name's Ben, this is Drive, and if you haven't driven a truck in the past 10 years or even 5, you might be in for a surprise. Up until 2023, the Toyota Hilux was Australia's best-selling vehicle, a title it held for 7 years straight, before another ute, the Ford Ranger, beat it by a couple of thousand sales. So I want you to think about ute owners on a bit of a bell curve. At this end, a lot's been written about those people who maybe don't need a ute. They don't really need the tub or the space or the rest of it. In the middle, there are the tradies, the guys who ride motorbikes, everybody else who goes camping and needs the four-wheel driving and the towing. Then at the other end, you've got the people who maybe need something a bit more capacity, a bit more towing, a bit more of everything. Something like this Isuzu NPR 45155. Now these things start from about $72,000, comes with a bull bar, a tray and a tow bar. And if you haven't driven one of these in the past few years, it's not the oily, dirty, smelly truck that we used to have back in the 70s and 80s. We're here at the former Holden Proving Ground in Lang Lang to compare Isuzu's range of car licensed trucks against one of the most popular utes on the market, the Toyota Hilux. And the Hilux is good. We know it's good. It's been the standard in its class since the 1970s, and it wouldn't have been Australia's best-selling vehicle for 7 years in a row if it wasn't. But for those who need more, there are vehicles out there that can cost less than the price of a Hilux or Ranger and can cost half the price of a full-size American pickup like the Chevrolet Silverado, Ram 1500, Ford F-150 or Toyota Tundra. For example, the NPR 45155, 45 referring to 4,500 kilograms GVM, making it car license friendly, and 155 meaning 155 horsepower or 114 kilowatts, coming from the 5.2 litre turbo diesel 4-cylinder engine, along with 419 newton meters. And like a ute, buyers can opt for a 6-speed manual or 6-speed automatic, and the Isuzu comes with a 10.1-inch infotainment display with Bluetooth, reverse camera, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and digital radio, as well as satellite navigation with speed camera alert, live traffic capability, and truck routing. That means you can specify the height of your truck, or if you're carrying some kind of hazmat material, and the sat-nav will keep you away from bridges and tunnels. There's also electric windows and mirrors, dual airbags, automatic headlights, hill start assist, lane departure warning, and typical safety systems like traction control, stability control, and anti-lock brakes. So while it may not have some luxuries like heated and ventilated leather seats, dual zone climate control, and puddle lights under the doors, there's plenty there to make you comfortable for long drives. So how do I know all this? Well, in a past life, I used to be an interstate truck driver. I used to deliver brand new Isuzus like this one, car licensed trucks up to prime movers and concrete agitators and garbage trucks all across the country. And I can tell you, once you jump in, chuck in your favorite podcast, hit cruise control, you can be comfortable for days. Now those are the similarities with a ute, but what are the differences? The gross vehicle mass, or GVM, of the Isuzu is almost 1,500 kilos more than the Hilux. The Hilux weighs a touch over 2 tons, while the Isuzu is about 800 kilos heavier. However, the Hilux is only rated to carry a little over a ton in the back, and you can certainly feel it on the road, while the Isuzu can take about half a ton more, and you'd be forgiven for forgetting it was there. Towing, 3.5 ton braked, 4.5 ton braked. Gross combination mass, or GCM, 5,850 kilos, 9,000 kilos. So what does all that mean? It means that if you throw your family into pretty much any dual cab ute, then fill the tank, chuck a few bags in the tub, maybe a jerry can or two, and hook up a caravan, there's a very good chance, just like me, you too will be dangerously overweight. Then there's the amount of junk you can fit in the trunk. A typical dual cab ute is about 1.6 meters by 1.6 meters with about 1.1 meters between the wheel arches. Compared to that thing, the NPR, it's 3.5 meters long, 2 meters wide, and it's completely flat. And that's the small one. Option a mid-wheel base NPR, and your internal tray length is 4.5 meters. You could fit almost 3 ute tubs on the Isuzu's tray. Then there's the turning circle. Ignoring the wider track Hiluxes like the GR Sport, Models with the original wheel track, like the one we have here today, have a turning circle of 11.8 meters, which is slightly better than the Isuzu at 12.4 meters. But actually, that's for the mid-wheelbase. Go back to the short wheelbase Isuzu NPR and the turning circle is 10.2 meters. Then there's the entry-level NLR 45-150, which starts at roughly $62,000. Despite being the entry-level truck in the Isuzu range, the NLR has a tray of over 3 meters long and still has a turning circle of just 8.7 meters. It also boasts independent front suspension and still has a towing capacity of up to 4 tons braked, and it can carry 2 tons in the back. Hopefully, this is all starting to paint you a picture.
But Ben, these are single cabs. I need to carry more than one passenger. Well, in that case, you need to look at the Isuzu NNR 45-150. It comes as a dual cab body, and it doesn't just seat 5 people, it seats up to 7.
Now, like the small NLR, the NNR has a 3-litre engine, as well as some pretty basic bench seats in the back, so it's not like I'd recommend taking the kids for a lap of Australia. But if you want to hook the boat on and take the family or a bunch of mates for a day on the water, it's perfect for that. It still has a towing capacity of 4 tons braked, and it's also a good option for those who drive long distances and need somewhere to lay down.
But Ben, I hear you ask, my dual cab has 4-wheel drive. What will I do when I want to take my motorbike to my mate's farm or up to the bush? Well, then you need to be looking at something like this, the Isuzu NLS 45-150. And while I wouldn't necessarily take it rock crawling, it has part-time all-wheel drive and is great for low traction environments like farms and work sites. Now, the only thing is, it only comes with a manual transmission. It has the 3-litre engine like you'd find in an Isuzu D-Max Ute.
Isuzu's ready-to-work range takes a lot of the guesswork out of it for buyers, as you can get a factory-fitted tray, service body, Pantech box, or even a 3-way tipper straight from the dealership. But you can also get a truck as a bare bones cab chassis and get a body custom built for it if you prefer, like a fridge box or a towing setup for a small race car.
Now, this isn't an ad for Isuzu or a diss at the Toyota Hilux, a ute that we still love at Drive. This is about consumer advice, and there are heaps of options on the market right now from companies like Isuzu that maybe aren't as cool as the Ranger and Hilux, but offer significantly more capability.